Welcome back to Weekend Express with me, Abu Bakar Abdullahi. Now let's get to the conversation that we earlier promised you, an infusion of technology and security, of course, through an app named Askari Wangu. And joining me to discuss that is Kenneth Matiba Agufa, the CEO of Tyro Tech Solutions. Kenneth, many thanks for making time for us.
Thank you so much.
Askari Wangu, the name of the app itself is indicative of a personalized security.
Sure.
Many a times, there are a lot that is associated with police and security.
Yeah.
But I want to understand the inspiration behind the name itself.
The name itself, because the Askari Wangu, it's an app that I came up with. I did the sketch and I looked for some of the developers to come up with. What inspired me and give this app a name called Askari Wangu is some of the problems that I passed through. So I decided individually, so that I decided to solve this problem with this app, so that nobody should pass through the problem I passed through. Where I stay, one day I was going to work, and on a matatu, the robbers came in that matatu. They robbed us phones and laptops. Over 30 minutes, if they were there, nobody came, no police officer came there. So I decided, what is it that I can come up with to solve this an existing problem? Is when I sat down, I came up with this app. And it's an emergency communication app when you are in security, when you are in, when I was coming up with it on the first time, I was only thinking of security. But each and every time I was sketching it up, I was thinking, what is it that is going to make this app unique? Because security alone is not going to make it much more marketable in the market.
Fair enough. Let's hold the same nail in a different and a reverse notion. Yeah. For instance, someone who is in the problem that you are at by the time you're getting the inspiration to come up with this app. How is this app solving that problem?
The app is solving the problem in that if you have the app, because they have as a security panic button, it has ambulance panic button, ambulance and hospital panicking button, it has fire panicking button, it has rape panicking button. So when someone has the app, we are partnered with private security firm. We are partnered with some of the police stations. We are partnered with ambulance and Red Cross ambulances providers and the fire stations. So if you have this Askari Wangu app and you are in security distress, it will locate the nearest police station. And at a click of it, it's going to send the message that Kenneth is at standard house and it needs security or police attention. And when they're coming, the app will be directing them to where you are. So let's assume that at that moment when we were being robbed, one of us could be having the app. Within 7 to 10 minutes, the police officers could have arrived there. But you see, by then, we were robbed for 30 minutes. A good example is on last Friday but one. We saved a church called Revival Glorious Church in Kayole Junction. Over 200 people were in church in Acacia, and over 10 robbers went to that church.
That was during a night?
During a night. Someone, one of our sales executives was in that church called Joseph. He clicked the button. We got the message as a company. The nearest police station got the message. Our security firm that we are partnered with, like Stallion, got the message. So we lied with them and we ensure that the response was within 7 to 10 minutes.
Fair enough. You said you are in partnership with some police stations, some ambulances. We'll come to the master, of course, a little bit later, and some security firms. I wonder what the regional cover of this particular app is.
Currently, we are doing only Nairobi, but once you're going to, the reason why I came up with the app, it's an international app, not only in Kenya, but we want to roll it internationally. But currently we're in Nairobi. We purpose to roll from next week into other counties, being that we still have other challenges, but we are going to roll it in each and every part of this, in each and every part of the counties. Yes.
And for someone who is in distress, what is often the response time? If I have the app now, and I am at a place that is, for instance, under an insecurity situation, and there is an active probably shooting or anything, and I want a response, how long does it take for me to get a response?
We assure our clients, once you have the app, let's say you are in security distress, and you click the panicking button in security, we assure you we assure you the 7 to 10 minutes response because we have partnered with private security firm. And once they respond, as a company, we pay them for the response if they respond to you. So they have to respond within 7 to 10 minutes. So we assure our clients a response of 7 to 10 minutes. That is in security. If you are sick, you're involved in an accident, you are seriously sick, someone wants to go to the hospital, you click ambulance. Our partners, the ambulance providers that we are partner with, we assure you a 7 to 10 minutes response. Yeah.
And what is the cost of installing and buying the application, if at all one needs to buy?
Yeah.
I understand you need to install only.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Our app is 100 bob per month. The reason why we are charging 100 bob per month, if you click a security distress and these private partners comes and helps you out, you won't pay them, we pay them for you. If you are in a hospital or an accident emergency and you click ambulance panicking button and the ambulance comes and takes you to the hospital, you don't pay the ambulance fee. We pay the ambulance fee for you. So that is technically 3 bob per day, 100 bob per month. But due to law that has been that are in place, that have been put in place by Google, you cannot place an app in a Google Play with less than $2. That is 200 shillings. So when you go to Play Store and you Google Askari Wangu, you will see the indication of 200. So once you're able to download it from the Play Store, you pay 200. That means we give you a grace period. You won't pay for another 2 months. So paying 200 is like you are paid for 2 months because our app is 3 bob per day, but 100 bob per month.
Fair enough. You talked of the partnership with ambulances, security, police. And one thing I was able to notice as well is of a word and a button called master.
Yeah.
Who is the master?
When you click, once you download our app, Askari Wangu App, it has modules. Module number 1 is master. Module number 2 is ambulance. Module number 3 is police. Module number 4 is fire station. The reason we call the first module master is that you can be in a distress, you can be in an emergency that you only need your family members to know. You don't need anyone to know. So master gives you authority of the app that you can add any emergency number that you want. So if you click at master panicking button, nobody will see. But the only people that are close to you will see that you are in emergency and you need a
And
service.
these are selected contacts?
These are selected contacts.
By you?
By someone, by you as our client. Because once you download the app, when you are registering, it asks you to select 5 or 3 emergency numbers. And once you select in any time, anywhere you are in emergency that you want only those people you selected to know the information or to have the information that you're in emergency, just click that master. Yeah.
Fair enough. Technology and security, often there's a lot of connotation of how the world has evolved in the usage of technology for personal safety or even at a global safety. What is the importance of technology in security?
The importance of technology technology has played a very big part or a very big role in security. Like now, let's say when robbers breaks into this room now, and you have our app, which is technology. When you click, through the security, through the technology, it's going to inform the police station who should respond. It's going to inform the private security firm who we partner with to respond. So you see, when they're coming, they are not aware that anything is happening. But through the technology, you have communicated these people who should be helping you. So to me, as someone who founded a tech company, I think government should embrace technology in fighting security. Like in Baringo, assume this thing that happened in Baringo. It takes 30 minutes, I mean, more than 2 hours before government know that there is something, there is fight or conflict in Baringo. But when someone has that app and clicks, government will know within no minute. Because when, let's say, robbers comes here, then you start calling. They will know automatically that you're informing other people that they're here.
Fair enough. And if you have the app and you are in an emergency situation, then you alert, and then the police are coming. You have alerted them that you are in need of help, but you haven't specified the kind of help that you need. Doesn't that as well pose a challenge and a threat to the people who are coming to rescue you as well?
That's a good question. Before I came up with this app, I thought of that. So our app it specifies the message. So if it is security, if you click the panicking button of security, it will say, Ken is in security distress and he needs police or security firm attention. So when it goes, it specifies. And apart from that, it goes with the live GPRS location where you are. So when they are coming, they know what they're coming to do, they know where they're coming. Even if those those robbers get you, they kidnap you from here to Kayole, the app will still be directing them. Now that person was at Kayole, I mean in Mombasa Road, but is being moved to Kayole. So it directs and it communicates exact message, exact distress. If you are in distress of hospital or an accident, if you click the panicking button of ambulance, it specifies the message that Ken is in need, is seriously sick, or is in accident. He needs an attention of ambulance urgently.
Does it specify the kind of need that one needs? That was my question.
It doesn't specify.
For instance, one can dial and call an ambulance for a minor, for instance, accident, yet another person could be dialing for what will be a life-saving attempt.
We are working on that, whereby on a hospital panicking button, we have minor panicking buttons. So if it is a minor emergency, you click. If it's an accident, you click. If it is someone who wants to be transferred from one hospital to another, you click. But like Red Cross, when we call through FIFA, when we call Red Cross, they analyze the situation. They call and know what is happening, what the level of sickness, what the level of emergency is when they respond.
Fair enough, yeah. Ken. Let's get a little bit realistic. For someone who is in distress, yeah, you are panicking because it is of human nature, yeah, to many at times to, yeah, panic. But where do you get the time to even look for a mobile phone and press a button in need of a help?
We are working on that is a challenge, whereby when you are in an emergency, how can you? It might be hard for you to access to your phone, or let's say robbers get in here then tells you bring your phone here. What will you do? We are working with Alibaba in China to make us a smartwatch, and we configure that smartwatch with our app. So when they get in here, and they tell us bring your phone, you just give them your phone, you have your watch, you just click your watch will configure the message from their phone and send to these people. But on emergency, hospital emergency, we say that once you know that there is something that's happening, you are in emergency, you can easily think of Askari Wangu, because you can it always happens that it's always very hard to think about your phone because you don't know what is in your phone. But once you know,
really, at times out of panic, yeah, you may know whatever is in your phone, but out of panic, out of the situation you are under, you may not press that button.
Let me tell you, for example, you cannot know if you don't know that you have Askari Wangu. But once you know you have Askari, you have a police station in your phone, you have a security firm in your phone, you have an ambulance in your phone. If anything happens, your mind triggers that I have a helper somewhere. Like most of us, like me, if I'm walking and I toss my leg in a stone, I'll think of, oh, my mother. So I know that the only person who is near me is the same thing. If you are in emergency and you know you have something that can help you, I know, and psychologically you are always prepared that you will be thinking of Askari Wangu.
And what will it take to convince people to use technology in as far as seeking security is concerned?
Number one, I can convince each and everyone to use technology when security and emergency issues are concerned. Number one, technology assures immediate communication of the communication to the service providers. Number two, it does not cost. It's less cost. Like, for example, calling, you are in emergency, you want to call, you want to use credit, those people will start asking you, where are you, give us direction, but apps communicates that, technology communicates that to them.
Fair enough. We talk of technology, it's often two at times expensive to maintain. And in this case, I'm making the case of bundles and the running of the app. What is involved in the running of the app?
The running of the app involves bundles. As I told you, we have some difficulties at the moment. That's why we are only doing Nairobi. We are in talks. We are looking for investors. We are looking for people to come in. On our in Tyrotech, we do things different. We're saying we combine technology with mission. We are saying we are taking technology out. The money that technology is going to bring, at the end of the month, at the end of the year, we take 20% to mission, to educate those less fortunate in the society, to educate orphans, to look for these street children, to take them to school, you get. So we're looking for the investor to help us do this. And as we do that, we will, once we get these investors and the government can chip in for us and help us in this fight of emergency communication number and security with our app, we are suggesting that we will be giving our clients MBs, because for the app to work, you have to have MBs on your phone. Let's say you can click, if you're here and you are in emergency, you click, we will get the message. Our service providers will get the message, but it will be very hard for them to trace you where you are if you don't have a bundle. Yes, you can panic the button without a bundle, but for us to trace you where you are, your bundle has to be.
And in the event that one of your client or many of your client, you said you want to roll out, of course, across Africa,
sure,
is in an area, in a geographical locality where there is no network, what happens?
When they are in a place where there is no network, and at a click, we assume that he will not move from where he is. We will find him where he is. But a problem is if now someone takes him from that place, or that robber or that kidnapper takes him from that place to another place. But if he is in emergency, security emergency, and he clicks at that place and there is nothing happens and they are only there, we can still trace. If you click an ambulance at that place, even if network is bad, we'll get the message and we'll trace you. Now the problem will come to follow you if these people are going with you somewhere.
Fair enough. Let's get to the question of the seriousness of our authorities when it comes to response that is much needed. We have countless times heard of security lapses that could have been avoided. Then, which begs the question, if your client wants an immediate response from every time they are in danger using your app, and there is some sense of laxity within the security system, isn't that not contradictory of what you want and what you may offer?
It's not, we thought of that when we were coming up with the app. That's why we have combined private security firm and police. So if police cannot, when police gets this alert message to respond, they cannot respond fast. We task our private security firms with the task of responding. So
and how do you get to know that they cannot respond fast?
They have no option, like private security firms, because it's an agreement that we have signed with them, that when one of our client fails, clicks the panicking button, they have to respond, because it's an agreement that we have signed. We agreed and they agreed. We were on an agreement table, and we came to an agreement that once one of our clients clicked the button and police officer failed to respond, they have that responsibility to respond. For example, Stallion SOS, they have over 80, a Stallion group, they have over 80 motorbikes. Then they have over 50 vehicles. So when someone clicks, we cannot say that there was a jam. No. If there's a jam, they will use the motorbikes to get there. So the delay of response or technicality of system, these providers not giving service on time, we came up with that. If police cannot respond in the same on time, then the private security firm that we partner with will respond, because we pay them per respond. So
fair enough. The app is often in phone or any other, I believe, electronic device. Yeah. Can it be stored in any other electronic device? Before I ask the question.
As per now, we are only doing Androids. So those people who have Android are the people who can access our app. But we are working on Apple Store and we are working on we call them Mulikamwizi. Those people don't have this smartphone. We are working on that as a company to ensure that they can access to our services. For example, if you're Mulikamwizi, we are coming up with a technology whereby we assign you the panicking button through your dial number. So for example, if you click one, we can get the message. If you click 5, the ambulance can get the message. If you click 1, security firm can get the message. If you click 5, the fire station can get the message. So we are working on that, technology part of it so that we can even give a service to those people who don't have smartphones.
You talk of dialing the numbers. Yeah. For instance, let's deal with a population that often is largely as well forgotten when it comes to technology in particular, which is the illiterate population, people who may not know how to use and survey in as far as the usage of apps are concerned. How do you intend as well on serving those people?
We have salespeople, over 30 salespeople who are out. Before we download for your app, we do an information of the app. So our app is user-friendly, and we always ensure that we do a more than 10 minutes training of the app. And being that it's user-friendly and easy to use, we are sure that that person who is illiterate are getting used to our app. And it's unfortunately that most those people who tend to be literate are the most people who are downloading our apps, because it is easy to use. We give them good info about the app. We train them before our salespeople leave the place.
Fair enough. Initially, you were telling me of how the app was used in as far as saving a church.
Yeah.
That you said is located where?
Kayole Junction.
Is concerned.
Yeah.
Tell me of that story. How did the app aid in salvaging the situation?
It was last Friday, but one of our sales guy, unfortunately, members of the church were not having the app, but one of our sales guy, because they have the app this app on their phone, all the sales, 30 of them have this app, they're using it in demonstration. So unfortunately, that night he was in that church. He's a member of that church. So it was something at 11 p.m. at night. Those people bumped in the church, and he clicked the panicking button. Stallion Security got the information. The nearest police station there, which is Kayole OCPD, got the information, and us as a company we had the information. We got the message. So
even at 11 p.m.
Well, at 11 p.m. So we as the company, we liaised with the Stallion and the nearest police station, which was Kayole Junction, and we ensured that those people were helped. We provided not even 7 to 10 minutes. We were there within 5 minutes, and the situation was calmized. Arrest was made. All the thing that was stolen was refunded. Yes.
Talking of the future of this app, and talking of the future of the infusion between technology and security, what does the future look like?
The future to us, we want to be the game changers in Kenya. We always say that Title Tech is that thing that world has been yearning for. So we are going to make a change in Kenya and in world as a whole with our app, because we don't only provide my Askari Wangu app, but Askari Wangu is a big thing now that we want investors to come and invest in. We want to come in. We want to prevent our daughters and mothers from rape. We want to prevent our mothers from dying when they don't have some ambulance to take them, also when they want to go to deliver. So we are seeing ourselves ahead, because now we are opening another branch in Uganda.
Fair enough. We talked of Askari Wangu, but you also severally have other applications.
Yeah, we have different
applications.
There's
My Gas.
Yeah, we have My Gas.
My Clean.
We have
less than 30 seconds if you can explain both.
Okay.
Both of them.
Apart from Askari Wangu, we develop some apps. Like number one, we have My Mechanic. My Mechanic, let's say you have a car, you are going to Kisumu. Your mechanic is always in Nairobi. You will not work with your mechanic everywhere. So your cars develop technical problem in middle of the vehicle. You can click My Mechanic. It will search the nearest breakdown. That breakdown will come and take you to the mechanic.
My Gas?
My Gas, you can request for gas, and we bring it on your door. You don't know what to move. Then My Clean, you need your clothes to be clean. You just request. It will ask you number of clothes. You need a cleaning of the through the My Clean gas. I mean, my Clean, you need your office to be professionally cleaned. You just request for professional cleaners through our gas.
Fair enough. You talked of a lot of, as we conclude, of course, you talked of a lot of applications.
Yes.
I wonder, each problem has its own application. Why not rather have an umbrella body of one, let's say, having all these other options? 10 seconds.
Okay, it's very hard because app, if you don't, it's because it's like Askari Wangu, you cannot load it with other apps. The response will be low. So that's why we have decided to solve a problem with each and every problem with its app.
Kenneth Matiba Agufa, CEO of Tyro Tech Solutions, many thanks for making sense of Askari Wangu. We are taking a short commercial break here on Weekend Express. When we come back from the break, we'll delve deeper into juvenile, of course, situation of boys past their terms in jail. We will make sense of what the future can be and what the future holds for them. Don't go too far. We'll be back after this break.